Hollywood happens to be making another bullshit Hitman movie right now. So what better time to go back through Hitman and look at how it should be done. Let's do it. Play. Any Hitman movie should start having mission briefing, right? Mission briefing. You gotta pair it, like anything that's trying to be a video game movie, like you gotta get this feeling of the game though. So the first thing Hollywood screws up is they get some like young hotshot director that's never played a video game in their life. They spent too much time being hipsters, you know? Sharpie that tattoo on there, open up right into the mission. You always kind of like insinuate the loading. All right, the concept was, it was Hitman goes for a porn shoot. I actually talked to the president of Square since, and he talked about when this came across his desk to approve, and he's like, oh gosh, you guys want to make a Hitman porn shoot video? And he ultimately approved it for the launch of the game. They put a new one out, so I'm glad he did that. Hitman's all about the outfit changes. Got to have those in there.
Hey,
Freddie as the director comes in. I'm rocking the camera work on this one. This is the first video where we had the FS700, which is a camera that shoots slow motion, which will come into play later. It's like the first camera that could shoot more than 60 frames a second that we ever had. Hitman in the game, one thing they did is every time your target was in the room with you, your head would just lock to them, no matter what. So you're like, you walk around, you're like,
ready to go. All right, roll sound.
So we had to capture that. And he sits there and stares down the whole time. The guy playing Hitman, in the comments, everyone's always like, man, this is like a really good looking Hitman. He's a stunt guy, not an actor. You can't have an actor be Hitman. The whole point of Hitman is you're not supposed to act. You're just like a blank slate.
Yes.
I think this girl's name was Chrissy.
Careful down there, that water is
She's I don't know who knows if she's still doing it. She was a porn star from LA. Turns out in LA there's tons of porn stars, and so for $200 a day they'll pretty much do whatever.
You know what? We are making a porno here, not a documentary about cleaning the pools.
Thank you.
I'm not supposed to get chlorine
A little bit of dialogue. No script for any of this stuff. Just kind of just made it up on the spot.
Net or something to
Thank
clean
you,
this
Annette.
pool out with.
Great.
No one cares about the net.
Well, I do.
You know what? Everyone just, I gotta take this call. We'll shoot it right when I get back. What's up, babe?
Off to the target. He doesn't walk like an actor. He walks like a guy with a purpose. So this whole scene, the idea is you want to, because we knew we had an action scene coming up, we wanted to have you as the viewer get the opportunity to walk through and learn the geometry. We find a lot of action movies don't do this right, where if you come up with a reason before the action happens to walk through a space, so you know the layout in your head, it's way easier to keep the space established later on. Joe doing the stunt. That took a few takes. Bad guys are alerted, because why not? No real reason for that. This guy's rocking the Action Factory shirt, which is the stunt crew that they're with, that we've often worked with. Just leave the camera in one spot, right? There's the slow motion. Joe here is a high waterfall specialist. That's what he does. High falls into water. What a job title, right? So now we've had a chance to learn the space. Now we're going to go back through the space we've already been in, going through the action. Nice fall. Shooting and getting shot in the same frame. Guy's like a machine. The end. So if you're making a Hitman movie, next scene, right? So this video was actually made in conjunction with Square Enix. They're putting out a new Hitman game at the time, so we had a little bit of a budget behind it, which is always great when you have a little budget versus no budget, because we could afford to get like the house that we wanted to shoot with. So this is a house up north of LA that it's actually pretty common. I see it in car commercials a lot. This is the same house, shows up all the time, but was able to get the location we wanted and get a little bit of crew, get the stunt guys out there, you know, flesh it out a little more so than often. 1-day shoot, no script, just kind of make it up. It kind of had the general bullet points out, but just kind of made it up as we went. What really, I think, stands out to me for Hitman, like there's a few beats you have to hit. And with any Hitman game, and every Hitman movie, I haven't even seen the new Hitman movie, and I just know they're gonna fail with this. They never get how to translate the nature of an enjoyably janky game into an enjoyably janky movie in a way, where it can't really be janky, but it's how you kind of get that comedy that comes out of it and that fun, and really just capture what makes the game fun. And what makes Hitman fun is changing up, is trying to come up with a strategy to go through, take your target out, and obviously it always ends up in a shootout in some way or the other. You screwed up, or you succeed and you don't get the shootout, but more often than not, you get the shootout. And so wanted to go through a number of outfits, get the look of the guy down, do some stunts, and have an all-around fun day of shooting, which would then translate to a fun day of editing, VFXing, and then a fun day of watching for you guys. So that effect, there's no effect here. That's just a real stunt. Both these guys are in the same stunt crew, so they're pretty well versed in figuring out the cable that he has around his neck is around his neck, but obviously he's only like actually holding one side of it. So there's not really any like way that he could get hurt doing that, and they just kind of practice it, go a little faster until they get it down. And he kind of jumps up on the back, and through some clever editing, you get him actually up there, which is pretty fun. This effect, easiest effect in the book, the old clothes exchange. So camera on a tripod, in this case it's on the ground, so there's like a sandbag. Set the camera on a sandbag so it'll just stay facing that way. Same lens, same everything, don't touch anything. Hit record with it. He walks up, rehearse the exact way. I think we actually put some pieces of tape down on the ground so he knew exactly where his feet were gonna be, right? And we also marked out, all out of sight, exactly where he's laying so you can get as close as possible, right? So you'll notice here, so camera's in the exact same spot, and you can see here that we didn't even get it completely perfect, but because it was mostly there, so I mean all this is pretty much, yeah, he quickly takes his clothes off, the other guy gets up, quickly takes his clothes off, fold them up, set it there, and it's just a matter of kind of remembering those little details and trying to get as accurate as possible, just making sure nobody accidentally touches anything like the towel in the background, and then just get the positions close enough and it'll snap there. And then if you screwed up a little bit, when you bring it into After Effects, when you bring it in there and cut it together, you can tweak it a little bit. In this case, we didn't have to because we just got it right. But there you go, simple effect. It just comes down to it's gonna only turn out as good as the details you manage to remember and just like be precise about it, and then try to do it quickly. Switches in the director's clothes. One little moment here where it's like, wait a minute, something's off. Get the phone out. And screw it, let's have an action scene. This is shot using the FS700, so it had 240 frames a second. So we actually had to do the fall twice because we only had one camera, and otherwise you would see the camera down there. So he does the fall right here, drops down, and then the second time that he's actually wet already in the air because he's already done the fall once. And he has a back, the trick to it, so he has to go straight down, and he has a back pad underneath his jacket in there, so it breaks that slap, a little bit, but then other than that, you just kind of just gotta grin and bear it, and just do it. Just commit to falling straight down like that, but he's purposely angling his back straight down in order to get that hit. And you can also see around the pool, it's already wet on the tar because he's already done one fall, but you know what? Screw it. This one, I'm rolling forward on my Heelys right now while shooting it, I believe.
You guys use Heelys a lot for shooting, huh?
Yeah, use Heelys from time to time. We always try to find ways to kind of like make an easy like steady cam. The camera completely got wet here. It's just a sacrifice that had to be made. It's just worth it. The plan was to stay farther back, but as the shot was being taken, I'm like, screw it, I'm just going up close. Here, you gotta bring the badass music in. And it's something that I've always loved, slow motion, let the music roll, and then just interrupt it with the gunfire. And there's something about, you always have to have that the shooting and getting shot in the same frame, always works better. Whenever you can frame it that way. This guy out, boom, he takes his fall. Fall. Just surgical. And of course, so this is another one. Heelys rolling forward behind him to try to get that motion, that smooth motion during the slow motion. And then Kevin Compton, the blood effects here, and Kevin was adamant that he wanted the bridge of the nose to go down.
Yep.
Oh, just watch it over it. Slow-mo muzzle flashes, the whole shot's fully tracked, so you end up with you end up with, you know, the shells are 2D elements. However, they're being placed in 3D space as the camera moves past it.
I was also in a particularly bad mood that day, so that helped a lot.
This guy was really mean to Kevin on set, and so Kevin was really mean to him with his computer. That's not true. One detail that Chris points out here is that the tattoo gets less and less effort throughout the shoot. It was after the hat sequence, after he put the hat on, it was a really hot day, and so he sweat enough in the hat that it all rubbed off, and so he just didn't have to take the time to put it back on. So it's like there's less and less lines every time on the tattoo, which, but who cares? At the end of the day, does it matter? Not really. So don't hold your hopes out for the Hitman movie, guys. It's not gonna be any good. Maybe this will surprise me. I'm pessimistic. I'm always pessimistic about it just because I've been burned too many times with the Hollywood movies of it. And I guess I can't even claim, I don't even know how well this would work in a 90-minute form. In 5 minutes, it works really well. I have to see, I've never seen anybody try to keep it up for 90 minutes like that, you know? I guess the closest would be like Advent Children or something like that, which worked pretty well. I don't know, we had a lot of fun making this video. It was a fun day. As always, just about every single video ever done has been a one-day shoot. I'm trying to think if we've ever had a 2-day shoot. I don't think so. So yeah, so the max, pretty much 4.5 minutes in a day was about what we could do. Thank you guys so much for watching. A lot of you guys have been enjoying the live stream. We're now live pretty much every Monday through Friday. 1 p.m. on, we go live on twitch.tv/StressLevelZero. It's a game dev stream, so pretty much we feature a few of the artists. We feature Alex. We kind of show what's going on. So if you guys ever want to come by and see what we're doing, feel free to stop by twitch.tv/StressLevelZero. Check it out, ask questions. There's always a good community. It seems to be, you know, handle. You'll see that you'll get to know the regulars. You can hang out there, chat, listen to some chill music, and really enjoy it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. So take cover. Boosh, 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 boosh. Reload. Boom, 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 boom.
Miss almost every shot.
Dude, yeah. So Alex, you gotta be calm and collected, man. There you go. There you go. That's a little smarter right there. Yeah. Find the holes. I never shot through the. I've never